Wildfires killed dozens of people, including 10 soldiers. The North African country is facing its worst wildfires in decades, with more than 70 blazes raging across 18 provinces. The government has blamed arsonists and climate change for the disaster. Ecuador declares prison emergency as inmates killed and 100 guards taken hostage. The South American nation is grappling with a wave of violence in its overcrowded jails, where rival gangs are fighting for control of the drug trade. President Guillermo Lasso has ordered the military to intervene and restore order. Russia's Shoigu in rare North Korea visit. The Russian defense minister has arrived in Pyongyang for talks with his North Korean counterpart, in the first visit by a senior Russian official since the country closed its borders due to the pandemic. The visit comes amid stalled nuclear diplomacy between North Korea and the U.S. India opposition seeks no trust vote against government. The main opposition party, Congress, has moved a motion of no confidence against Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government, accusing it of mishandling the COVID-19 crisis, fueling inflation, and undermining democracy. The motion is unlikely to succeed, as the ruling coalition has a comfortable majority in parliament. China launches 3 astronauts to its new space station. The Shenzhou 12 spacecraft has lifted off from the Gobi Desert, carrying 3 men who will spend 3 months in orbit. They will be the first crew to live and work on China's new space station, Tiangong, which is expected to be completed by 2022. Israel strikes Gaza after Hamas fires incendiary balloons. The Israeli Air Force has carried out airstrikes on Hamas targets in the Gaza Strip, after the militant group launched balloons carrying explosives and firebombs into southern Israel. The exchange of fire is the first since a ceasefire ended 11 days of fighting in May. Myanmar junta leader arrives in Moscow for security conference. Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, who seized power in a coup in February, has landed in Russia for a 3-day visit. He is expected to attend a meeting of defense ministers from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, a regional bloc led by China and Russia. He will also hold bilateral talks with Russian officials. Canada finds more graves at former Indigenous school site. A First Nation group in Saskatchewan has announced the discovery of hundreds of unmarked graves at the site of a former residential school, where Indigenous children were forcibly assimilated. The finding follows a similar revelation last month in British Columbia, where 215 children's remains were found. Iran's President Raisi embarks on Africa tour to boost trade in face of crippling U.S. sanctions. The newly elected leader of Iran has left for his first foreign trip since taking office, visiting Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa. He is seeking to expand Iran's economic ties with African countries, as well as discuss regional and international issues. PM Modi inaugurates renovated Kashi Corridor. Know about the history of Kashi Vishwanath. The Indian Prime Minister has unveiled a massive redevelopment project around the ancient Kashi Vishwanath temple in his parliamentary constituency of Varanasi. The project aims to beautify and preserve the heritage of one of the most sacred sites for Hindus.